Hey, what's up guys, my name's David aka Dedrus, and today I'm bringing you my opinion on the perks and attachments you should be using with the assault rifle, the M4A1 in Modern Warfare 3. Now first of all, I do want to say about the gameplay, it does start off very slow. As you'll see, I will go a couple of minutes possibly, I think getting 1 or 2 kills and then dying once or twice. But trust me, it does pick up, so definitely keep watching the video as well as listening to my tips and tricks, and hope you enjoy. So anyway guys, get straight into the gun now. I would say the M4A1 certainly isn't my favourite assault rifle by far. The kick, it does tend to have a lot of kick when you are looking down sight, hence why my 2 attachments I do like to run are silencer and extended mags. Hang on Dedrus, you've just said that you hate the kick on this gun, shouldn't you should be using the proficiency kick? I'll get onto that in a minute. Anyway, so the 2 attachments are say a silencer, extended mags. Silencer I like to use as I like to stay off the radar with this gun, as I don't stand much chance being able to shoot enemies at long distances if they've got the ACR etc. And the extended mags I do find is a necessity on this gun, as the ammo for this gun doesn't seem to last me at all well if I don't run either scavenger or extended mags. So I do prefer to use extended mags as well as use scavenger, as you'll see in the specialist package, as the extended mags does tend to give me more ammo per clip obviously, which as I say helps me in a lot of gunfights, as I can try and spray down 1 maybe even 2 enemies without having to reload with sleight of hand. Anyway, so now moving on, as you can see the perks that I have used initially in this class are sleight of hand, assassin and marksman. Now again, as I said before, the kick is quite bad on this gun, so yes, okay, marksman is one of those perks that people tend to use if they are trying to look far away, as I use myself with the ACR and other assault rifles. However, I'm using marksman here purely so I know where the enemies are, so I can spray in initial direction. As you can see, I've got 2 long shots there, but I can spray in the direction of those people, and I can also pick people up as I view the map, as I look around the map. So that's the reasoning behind using marksman, even though I could be using steady aim, but with an assault rifle it just doesn't seem steady aim, for me at least, to work at all. So yeah, obviously the sleight of hand is my obvious choice. As I said, I could be using scavenger, however I do prefer to use scavenger in the specialist package, as I'll get onto in a second. And assassin, again, with this gun it isn't the best of guns, so I want to stay off the map. However, I do get a good gameplay with this. This isn't a regular occurrence guys with the M4A1. I haven't got regular gameplays of, I won't tell you the score, but good gameplays with it, at least what I consider good with this gun. So yeah, those are the perks I initially like to run. However, as I said before, the kick on this gun isn't the best at all. Now to cover that, instead of using kick, as I wanted silencer and extended mags, the only way round getting kick and stability etc is running the specialist bonus, or the specialist package. Now as you'll see in about 5 seconds, when I kill this dude there and kill his mate here, I get the specialist bonus. There we go. Now for any of you guys who don't know, specialist unlocks all perks and proficiencies. So now I'm running with kick, I'm running with stability, what's the other ones, I'm running with all the rest of the proficiencies anyway, but I've also got the extended mags and I'm off the radar with silencer. So that's the reasoning behind running this setup, for me at least, is it benefits me a lot more if I can run more ammo through extended mags, stay off the map, and also still get kick through the specialist package. So anyway, the 3 perks I do actually like to run in the specialist package, as you can see, was the quick draw, scavenger and sit rep. Now quick draw I like to use on assault rifles, SMGs, all of those, as I do tend to run assassin in the 3 initial perks. I do tend to run that. For any of you guys who don't like people who run assassin, I apologise, but as you can see from every single one of my gameplays, I think someone was getting annoyed there trying to nuke me out of there, or noob tube me should I say, but no, I always like to run assassin. I am not one of those people who sits in the corners, as you'll see. I am a player who runs around the map, but quite a few times in certain games or on certain maps I like to flank the enemies, and I like to come in behind and pick myself up sometimes 4 to 6 kills, even just in the space of 10 seconds. If I can get behind the enemy or run around the enemy spawn. Hence why I like to use a silencer and assassin, is so I like to stay off the map. But yeah, quick draw I do like to use in the first slot of the specialist, as it only takes 2 kills to get, and once you have got it, just in case, because you never know with assault rifles especially, if you run into an enemy who's 3 yards in front of you, you do want to try and hip fire, but with these assault rifles you cannot hip fire very well. I prefer to use quick draw to pull my gun up quickly. As you can see, these 2 enemies that were in front of me here, I like to use the quick draw to my advantage so I can pull my gun up quick. When I go around this corner as well, pull my gun up quick, and he's dead, and he hasn't even had a chance to pull up his gun. So anyway, using scavenger, as I say, I've got it here again. You like to use scavenger even though I'm running extending mags. As you can see here, I'm on my last clip already, but now I've got scavenger, I can pick up more ammo, and fingers crossed I can get that kill streak going, and going to what I believe was a 13 kill streak earlier on in this game. And as I said before, sitrep is my last perk. I don't know, sitrep has recently been buffed, which means it has lost a couple of qualities. However, it does now, and it is confirmed, it does counter dead silence, which not many people tend to use dead silence. They tend to use marksman more, and also steady aim. However, people who do run dead silence, I can hear them, and I can also hear any footsteps louder through my headset. For any of you guys who don't use a headset, if you want to be good at gaming, you really do need to get a headset, guys. I don't stress that enough. But as I say, sitrep I always find is helpful to put in that kill streak in that specialist package. And also, as I say, once I've got all specialist bonus, once I've got all the perks, all the proficiencies, I tend to find this gun isn't the worst gun in the game by far. I will never say that. However, the kick on this gun, at times, for me at least, if I don't just do it in short bursts, it's definitely not my favourite gun in this game. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I go in the end here, after picking up the final kill cam, 26 and 4 with 5 assists, most assists in the game. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed this. As I say, take care. Thanks for watching guys. Don't forget to check out the videos on the right hand side of the screen. The first video is my gold gun advice with the ACR, my tips and tricks. The second is my first Minecraft video. And the third is a Modern Warfare 3 video live commentary. And also click on the logo and go ahead and subscribe, and have a nice day.